Hello and welcome to the inaugural Heart of America Athletic Conference Men's Golf Media Day. I'm your host, Emery Songer, on-air host and producer at iHeartRadio in Des Moines, Iowa. And today we're joined by the head men's golf coach at Mount Mercy University, Ben Jones, and Brian Young. Fellas, how are we doing today?
Great. How are you?
I'm great. I wish it was just a tad bit warmer so we could get out on the course,
Yeah.
all of us.
We're
I know
a
you
couple
guys.
weeks away.
You guys are trying to get out there, I know. So, Coach, we're going to go ahead and start with you. You know this program very well as an alum of Mount Mercy and now as the head coach of the Mustangs. What kind of emotions, go through, your head and your heart as you're leading this program that you were once a part of?
Yeah. It's my third year running the program now, and I'm trying to build, a special culture, a winning culture, as we had when I was a player. Um, you know, we finished second out of 5 out of the last 6 years in our conference tournament. So that was something I went through as a player as well, finishing second. And unfortunately, the last few years as well, as a coach, we have finished second. So it's a big goal of mine now to push this program past the leap to where we can start winning that on a fairly consistent basis and start getting to the national tournament. That's what I'm looking to try and accomplish here.
Well, you have Brian with you here. What does Brian mean to this program, and can you tell us about, what he brings to the team?
Yeah, Brian is just a sophomore, so he's still a young pup. But he's kind of, he's taken the leading role on this team, not just in terms of his golf ability. I mean, he is our number one player. But as an attitude, as the way he leads by example in practice every day and in tournaments. He's a pretty special player to have here, and we're lucky.
So with the preseason, your off-season work, it's tough, obviously, being in Iowa to really get the exact work you want as a golf coach. But how would you assess the team's progression during the off-season?
Yeah, I mean, we're fortunate enough to have good support from our athletic director and the school in general. So we've added some pretty nice indoor facilities over the past few years. This winter as well, we've added new simulator technology, sort of a more just a golf room for the guys as opposed to sort of a big practice area with more of an enclosure. And yeah, I mean, we've been Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we lift every morning. I feel like we work just as hard as any other team in the country. And it's going to be rewarding, hopefully, to see some good golf here when we get back outside.
All right, Brian. Well, you're from Malaysia, I understand, originally. So how did you get into golf and how did you find Mount Mercy?
Started playing golf when I was like around 4 and took it seriously probably when I was around like 14 or 15. And how I get to Mount Mercy, I was just applying to a bunch of schools, and Mount Mercy was just the one that gave me the most scholarship. But when I came here, like the team atmosphere, the culture over here, everything was just like nice. Like it so far.
How are you liking the weather?
Not the weather part.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those who don't know, it doesn't really get below 70 degrees in Malaysia all year round. So he's adjusting to become an all-weather player, just not a t-shirts and shorts player.
Yeah.
I've lived in Iowa my entire life, and I'm still not a t-shirt and shorts player here a lot of the time.
He likes it when we take trips to Texas and Oklahoma and Florida.
Well, you talked about him being the top guy. Finished in the top 10 last year at the Hart Championships, had a great season. And as you mentioned, still plenty of time and room to grow. So, Brian, what are some of your personal goals heading into your sophomore spring campaign?
Definitely trying to win conference this year, and like team wise and individual wise, still trying to win and trying to be all American or all conference player this year. That's my goal this year.
So if somebody, I mean, most of us haven't gotten a chance to see you play, what would be, the best description of your game and what your favorite part of your game or your favorite club in the bag that, you think that is the most consistent one for you?
I think the most consistent club in my bag with my 60 degree, which I love it a lot. I could hit it like below 100 yards around the green, green side bunkers, just like everything.
Now, see, I think that's also like a coach's dream when you pick a wedge or something short game to know that you're
Yeah,
confident in
it's,
that, coach, right?
it's kind of funny because with these international players, you sort of recruit them through videos and such. And, you know, I was watching Brian on his recruiting video just hit these what seemed like 60, 80-yard wedge shots. And, you know, obviously it's nice if you can hit the ball far and have a pretty swing with driver, but what really brought my attention to him was just his technique with his wedges. I mean, I'm like, this kid's going to be dialed in from inside 100. And, you know, he was. So
Well, you're gonna need those skills because this year the Heart Tournament is at the Preserve, and you had a chance in the fall to get a chance to preview that in Moravia by Lake Rathbun. So, what'd you think of that course, Coach? And what do you think that your team needs to work on if they're going to maximize what they're going to be able to do in the spring tournament?
yeah. So funny story. My wife actually went into labor, so I didn't get to make the trip, but I have seen the
Oh,
preserve. I have seen the
congratulations.
preserve several times before. Yeah, we had the lead there. You know, I was keeping up to date with the live leaderboard, and we had the lead there with a few holes to play and just let it slip a little bit at the end. But yeah, I mean, good golf course, sort of an American Links style course. I feel like you can get after it a little bit off the tee. And then, you know, with any of these championships, it's normally won with putting and short games. So take care of the par fives. There's a lot of par fives there, especially they sort of come in a row as well. So make your birdies on the easy holes and keep the mistakes limited.
And Brian, what was your thoughts on that course when you played in the fall?
I think it's pretty scoreable, which like if you start from the back nine, you have three par fives in a row, and it's like just three birdie chance over there. And if you let it go, the rest of the course is still gettable, and just don't do silly mistakes out there and keep it to yourself.
Coach, you know, we talk a lot about Brian here. What are some other names that we need to pay attention to if your team's going to be, you know, at the top of that conference leaderboard?
Yeah, for sure. We have, you know, one of our old faithful, Caleb Haggy. He's a fifth-year student who's elected to go and do his master's degree at Mount Mercy and keep playing for another COVID year that he got. Yeah, and then, you know, one of the benefits to my team, I feel like, is we're just so stacked. You know, there can be 3 to 6, 7 different players really that can make an impact on my team. So it's, you know, it's going to be exciting for me as a coach just to see who's going to come in strong this spring and who's going to really assert their authority and sort of put their stamp down and, you know, earn those varsity spots.
Brian, what's the camaraderie like on this team? Is there, you know, what do you guys kind of do for fun, and how tight knit is this team? Well, not just on the course, but also off the course.
I think the team chemistry and like how we bond with each other is like we really have a good team chemistry. Everyone helps each other out. Like there's not really anyone in the team which are like not willing to help each other. We are always helping each other, and like when everybody is helping each other, we just have so many people in the team that could really make varsity. And I think that what makes our team pretty good.
So what are you studying at Mount Mercy, and kind of what are your goals, you know, beyond golf after you graduate?
Like I'm currently majoring in finance and marketing, but after like my goals after I finish college would still be on my golf career, try to see where could I get in the professional level, but that's just a goal that I want to get.
Well, you have gotten off to a great start, and you still have plenty of time to continue to hone your skills and might get some All-American nominations in the future as well. The head men's golf coach, Mount Mercy University, Ben Jones and Brian Young. Thanks so much, fellas, for the time, and good luck this season.
Absolutely.
Thank you.